Obasanjo said that the killings in the counter-coup were senseless. Army officers of Igbo origin were killed in Abeokuta, in Ikeja.
3 of them.
In the north. And northerners and military officers then went to town. And Igbos were targeted. That was what you saw.
Yes, yes.
In Kaduna. Igbo men and women were killed.
Yes.
Even children.
Yes.
That's what you call the pogrom.
Yes, yes.
And because of the pogrom, there was war. Yes. In 1967, you joined the Nigerian army.
Yes.
After you have witnessed the pogrom.
The pogrom, yes.
You joined the Nigerian army during wartime.
Yes.
When did you realize that it was a pogrom? Was it before you joined the army or after you have left the army?
I saw everything. I was a living witness. Then after the war, I decided to write my book.
Why did you join the army to fight Biafra?
To keep Nigeria one. That was the slogan to us. That was the slogan to us. There was no any other slogan rather than to keep Nigeria one.
So by the time you were joining the army, you believed that the Igbo nation was wrong?
Anyway, but later on I discovered that they were not wrong. You know, I was in the trench for 20 months, fighting day and night. 20 months without being posted to the rear. Or transferred from the trench until the end of the war. And I saw how the Biafrans were determined with zeal to fight us. They were fighting for survival. Even it came to a point in 1969 when a lot of soldiers realized that the war was fruitless. It's not the war that only the ordinary people were being killed in the war front, and those who caused the war were not affected. People started to inflict themselves with injury to be taken to the rear, but until Obasanjo came to save the situation and ended the war. If not, and I believe I stated in my book there how Biafra surrender. It was not much of our firepower or anything. It was hunger. It was hunger. Because when we block the Cameroon border through road, Calabar, and we block Port Harcourt through air, Biafra was not having any access to outside world through air, through water, through land. So they were in a desperate situation by then, and they were affected by hunger. I think that factor alone affected the people, the Biafran soldiers on the battlefield. You see.
Repeat itself at all. We are in a very, very dangerous stage. I say a very dangerous stage in this struggle. And it is almost coming to an end of the beginning. Very complicated word, end of the beginning. So, yes, we want people to stay and stick to what they have, the sacrifice they have made in this government, so that nobody will be removed and nobody will be suspended. Everybody have done well, and I have been looking at the positive side of everyone instead of taking the negative side. Like I've said, a lot of things have gone wrong, which could have propelled suspension of many people here. But I'm not looking at the time we were very strict in what we do. You know, there was a time for that. And now we are more interested in the input and the result of each and every one of us. of us, not the negative part of it and all that. But let it not be that everybody will feel that now we are relaxed, we have crossed the time of suspension and all that. My brother, my sister, believe me, I can do and undo for this struggle and for this Biafra to come. So do not think that you are in a position where you can now control the media and you can do anyhow with any staff appointed by the government, including yourself. Sonny, this particular one is going to you directly. You must respect the other authorities in this government as a minister of communication.
Prime
And
Minister,
that has happened, Sonny. That has happened severally. You know that in the space, for example, in the space, when I am supposed to be ending my space when I have a meeting, you will start asking questions. And you know that the way I ended space last time was not really good. I didn't end it very well. Because when I was told you that I have 2 minutes to go, that was when you started asking me questions.
You PM me?
Yes. Yes, in the last
was I even in the last space to the end?
No.
When my network was bad?
Jerry, were you there?
It's not me. It's not me that asked you the last question. It's not me.
Jerry, were you there?
Jerry was there. It's not me that asked you the last question.
Was it not Sonny? It was
It's
Sonny
not
now.
me. It's not me.
Yeah. You know, Sonny have a title that you don't know. Sonny have a title I call Ekureku one of Biafra land. So
after the program, after I told him that I have 2 minutes, right? And then somebody asked question within that 2 minutes, and then I was answering that question. After answering that question, Sonny now started, he started building up, question.
I just wanted to add more Mazi to it, sir.
And then I allowed him to build that question. He built it. So, and then when he finally released the question, and I told him, I am sorry, my time is up. That was what I answered him, and I left. So it's not supposed to be like that. And then the other time when I supposed to end the program, you started bombarding me with questions, which I answered from beginning to the end. Right? So these are the things that yes.
Sorry for that one. I would know when your question should come. You know, you're the one that is always giving room to that. When I want to bring the program down, you will still extend the time again. And then Biafras want to fire on. You will extend.
It comes with the spirit now. The day that
now that same spirit when
and again,
that same spirit when you descend on me now.
Yeah, and again, if I have a meeting that it may be, if I have a meeting that is starting, if it is just me that say, okay, the program is going to end, that's when I can extend it. But when I have a meeting, I don't want to miss that meeting, so I have to end it. But if I don't have a meeting that I just say this program is going to end, maybe in 2 minutes time, and then the spirit comes and I go with the flow, then it's a different thing. But when I have a meeting, I cannot leave the people that I have already agreed that I'm going to have a meeting with, and then I will start answering questions when the program should be ending. So if the next time, if I'm on the space and there is a question that you want Biafrans to hear that address, you start early. It becomes like a question and answer program of the official government in exile. You can ask your question early before any other person, not when I am saying the time is up and then you come in with your bombardment of questions and all that.
PM, that is copied. You have just explained many things here and given room to the cabinet members to say things, and then you understand the way they should have been. But if the cabinet members don't have this opportunity to talk to themselves, how will issues be clarified? I have no cabal, and I did not call anybody to put me up to write anything. Now, if we are in a program, you said here every department have to work collectively, and they have what they are doing to have one equal result. If we are in a program and the COS is in charge, that's, you are just telling us now. You never told us all this before, and we are just hearing it now. And we accept it now that we have had it. Now, if the COS is to shut down the program,